Hi guys, Tony from KSIM here, and I want to do a little video about just some basic AdSense tips, and I'll give you a run through how to build sites really fast at the end. It literally takes just a few minutes, so if you want to hang on for that as well, worth saying, it's quite fun to watch and to do as well. The first thing is to choose, in my opinion, to choose a competitive niche. Now, I know that there are people making a ton of money by building loads of sites, and you know, they might be doing things like bathroom tile, shower tile designs and things like that. I don't really think that that's a good way to go personally, and these are just my top tips. I mean, other people will disagree and have their own opinion, and fair play to them, because if they're doing well with it, then don't knock it. But just in my opinion, I would always choose a competitive niche and try to build an authority site. I think it's important if you can build an authority site rather than sniper sites. You've got a lot less work to do and a lot less expenses as well, because once you start doing optimization for one site, the time piles up, the money piles up, and if you've got to do that for 20, 30, 40 sites, the time and money just keeps piling up. Whereas if you build an authority site, there's a good chance once you start to build trust with Google, and you start to build page rank and whatnot, and your search engine rankings for other keywords, then when you introduce new keywords for new blog posts and things, you often will find that you could be at the top of page 2 with very little backlinking. Now, I do admit that I use some premium WordPress plugins to help me get instant backlinks and things like that, and I'm going to talk about that just at the end of the video too. But you know, it's better if you can make a post and you can go and get, you know, 100 or 200 or 300 backlinks instantly, and you can do it through RSS, through WordPress plugins. You can do it through social bookmarking, and you can do it for Web 2.0 sites as well. There are plugins that will automatically post to them every time that you make a blog post, and also you've got things like OnlyWire, where you can submit your RSS feed to, and you've also got Ping.fm, which you can get a plugin for that directly from Ping.fm, and if you've got a bunch of accounts in a Ping.fm account already set up, then it will notify them, so you can get instant backlinks immediately. So when you're building an authority site, you can focus your efforts all in that main sort of domain, and it's less time and less money spent altogether, in my opinion. Now, good keyword research is absolutely everything, and you need to be able to analyze the competition, and I couldn't stress more having a very good theme. Now, I prefer to use a CTR theme, but there are other really great themes out there for AdSense. Is the heat map theme, and there's several others. The only one I really don't like is ProSense, and I did use it for a while, but I just found that I don't know how to put it. I didn't like the look of the sites, basically, and when I went over to CTR theme, I really liked it. The other good one is Flexibility theme, which is free. It's a really good theme. So I do suggest that you think about theme, and if you haven't done a lot of AdSense, or if you are doing a lot of AdSense but looking for another theme, I would suggest trying out the CTR theme. You can get it quite cheap. I think it's about $27 if you can find the right link for it. That's all I paid for it, $27, and there is a link somewhere online where you can find that if you just do the search. Another tip is, do not put AdSense on your privacy page, contact page, terms of service pages. Avoid doing that. It goes against the AdSense terms of service, the Google terms of service for AdSense. Just avoid doing that. And when it comes to backlinking, really, you don't need to blast everything too quickly. What you can do is focus on quality. Definitely focus on variety. And what I mean by quality, let me just go back a step. Quality links are going to be from what I would consider to be relevant blog posts, relevant forums, where they are talking about your subject, okay? And variety of links, I would say, using things like Yahoo Answers, using document sharing sites, doing article marketing, doing video marketing, and so yeah, go back to backlinks. Relevancy can come in various forms. It can be relevant because it's sort of industry specific link. It can be something related via blogs and forums, and you can use BoardTracker to find forums, boardtracker.com, to go and find forums that are relevant to your niche. You can search Google for blogs, for example. Let's just go up here. and we'll do a Google search. So maybe CNA classes online. So maybe I've got a niche for CNA classes, a site for CNA classes, and I can come down here to where it says more, and I can click on blog, and you will find a whole bunch of blogs here that you can maybe go and get some links. Another way to do it is to watch out what's happening on Twitter as well. If you put some keywords and use, if you're using TweetDeck, for example, I'll do a tutorial on that one maybe tomorrow. Actually, it's a good tool to use. You can find people having conversations about these kind of keywords with these kind of niches, and it's just so easy to go and get some relevant links, although it could be a little bit time consuming. But as you know, if you probably know me at all and you watched any of my videos, I love using Fiverr.com for getting all this stuff done automatic, and that's just because I want to build things and just keep moving forward as fast as possible, because we all got limited time on this earth, so the quicker we can get money made and keep at that recurring income coming in and keep building it up, the better it is, and it takes us to a better lifestyle and keeps us and maintains a better lifestyle as quickly as possible. And if you're one of those people, you find that you're procrastinating, you're feeling overwhelmed, you don't know the next step, I feel sorry for you, because I've been there. But the only way to get out of it is just to go and do stuff. Really just go and do stuff and find a system that works. And I think Rapid Money Site Empire is a really good system for that. My course for being able to do that, because we leverage automation and we leverage things like Fiverr.com to get as much done as possible, so that we can keep moving forward. And then it becomes fun, because you can get to results a lot faster and there's less frustration with technical stuff and things like that. So it's worth mentioning at this point that, about Rapid Money Site Empire. Now relevancy we can find, and basically the variety, if I go back to it, because I did get a bit stuck when I was talking about it. The main things that I do use is video marketing, I use article marketing, and I use social bookmarking a lot as well. Now if we can go and get social media links, that's really, really important these days. If we can get like Facebook likes, and if we can get some digs and stumbles and things like that, that's really, really good. But the big one for me has always been video marketing. I just found for some reason that I get great results by using that. And if you do a combination of things like that, using Linkwheels and blog networks, and you can sort of integrate that with video marketing too, you get results quite fast. And another thing to watch out for is velocity. That means how fast you put in links. I don't think I have any preference. I like to be a bit aggressive, but what I would say is that if you are aggressive, I think you have to kind of maintain it for a while until you get your search engine rankings. And if you do get penalized, you need to watch my videos how to get out of the Google penalty. I've got good videos on that other people are just not teaching right now, maybe because they haven't seen my videos. But I've read some courses about this before, and they're all basically saying the same kind of stuff, but I've got kind of unique ways to do that. And I did get out of a situation last weekend, and I found I was de-indexed, and a couple of hours later I was indexed again. I didn't get my search engine rankings back right away, but I got myself indexed within a couple of hours, which was really cool. And that was using a variety of things. Anyway, and the last thing is the volume of links. And if we're going for high quality links, we might need less volume, but I think volume is important as well, and I'll tell you why. And this is why Fiverr is really useful for us, is because it's natural to have no follow links. It's natural to have page rank 0, page rank 1 links. Now if you're just going to do like 500 page rank 5 to 9 backlinks, you're going to find that they're just going to look, it's just going to look a little bit strange, and it can leave a bit of a telltale sign that you're building backlinks sort of with the intention of manipulating Google, which we all are really, aren't we? If you're doing 1 or if you're doing 100, you're doing the same thing. Anyway, so using Linkwheels, it still does work, but you've got to do it in a clever way. And the way I find it works best is to use multiple formats of content when you're doing your Linkwheels. So you can do Linkwheels using videos, you can do it using articles, and you can do it using images and stuff like that, and it works very, very well. Now you can put all 3 formats into one post using like wiki sites and Web 2.0 sites, and that works good. And you can also do Linkwheels by using like YouTube and Vimeo and stuff like that, or just even YouTube you can get away with, and if you are interested in video marketing, you really should. If you're not interested in video marketing, you really should get into it, because it makes a massive difference in search engine rankings if it's done properly, and that's covered as well in the Rapid Money Site Empire. Now, one of the biggest questions that I find on when I'm talking about AdSense is, how much can you earn with AdSense as an AdSense publisher? Now, what we know from Google is that if they are charging $1 per click, for example, then we know that they will pay 68% to the publisher. That's what Google has said. So that would leave you 0.68, right? And we also know that if you people advertising on the content network basically pay about 28% less than what they would do on the search network. So that $1 would come down to 0.72, and then it'd be 68% of that would be the maximum that you could get. So that would come to something like 48.96%. I did this calculation the other day on another video. Just kind of gonna, it's still there in my head. So, but that would be for what Google is saying is the cost per click according to the Google AdWords keywords tool. But if you've ever done AdWords, you will know that you rarely pay that top level where it's quoting you. It's always a bit under. It's always quite a bit under, actually. And that's for people maybe who are getting themselves advertising in the #1 spot that those quotes are given for, which is completely different from the content network again. And if somebody's like number 4, number 5, number 6 in the content network, you know, down the sidebar, then they'll be paying much less. So it's very hard to tell, but what we do know is these calculations. So that would bring that down to 48.96. So whatever it costs somebody to advertise, you would get 48.96%. But, you know, it might not be the $1 or $90 or whatever Google is quoting in the Google keywords tool. That could come right down to, you know, 5 cents a click or something by the time you get to number 8. And it just really depends on who's got the most appealing advert at that point, and you know, who can get noticed more. Anyway, so what I wanted to do is just have a quick run through. I mean, yesterday I did a video and I thought I'd better just follow on this one today. Because what I did is I found this keyword here, CNA classes online. Now, certified nursing assistant is a good niche, and if you saw my videos about reverse engineering a site that sold on Flipper for $42,000, that was a certified nursing assistant site, and the guy was making about $4,000 per month, and he sold it for $42,000. So I went and looked at the niche, and I recorded what I was doing. I did 4 or 5 videos, and only one of them have been released so far, because the other 4 I'm actually thinking to keep back as a product. But I wanted to do something to show you, to back up what I'm talking about with these AdSense tips about the keyword research and niche selection, etc. Because when you come in here, you can see the CNA classes online. Searches per month is 2,900. The stealth keyword competition analyzer puts it down as sort of amazing keyword rating, and you got all these other great keywords coming in here. 1,600 searches for online LPN programs and things like that. And you know, look at the cost per click here. Now again, we know that that's probably not going to happen. It's not going to be $12, but if that was even $3 or $4, it would still be a good, you know, worthwhile campaign to go after with this amount of search volume. So it's definitely a worthwhile niche. Now, if you watched the video yesterday that I was doing, which was the top 8 SEO tips for before you build a website, you'll know that I was going to go and buy this domain name, and that's exactly what I did. Now I want to show you, I promised you at the beginning of the video, I'll show you how I build sites really fast. So if we come over here, I've bought this yesterday. I took the .info, it was available, but I took it because it was an exact match domain. .info's put some people off. It's never really put me off before, but I can understand, you know, that you want to get the .com and .org, etc. But you know, if you're going to buy these .infos and you take it for 2 years or 3 years, then it puts the credibility back into the .info. I didn't do that with this one because basically it's a throwaway site. But if it does get to page 1, then you know, I would expect to make some money, but I'm not really focused on this one at the moment. I've taken another domain name, and I'll be using that for the continued reverse engineering video series that I'm doing now. But anyway, just to give you a quick run down how I build sites really fast, especially when I'm doing for AdSense. And you know, if it's not something that I will be thinking long term about, maybe I'm just going to build a nice site, drive a search engine and put it on Flipper and get rid of it really quick, and just, you know, get a bunch of money back for it for very little effort. And you can see how little effort it is now when I come in here. And okay, I had to delete the end of the video that you were just watching there because something went wrong with the sound, so I'm re-recording from this point. And I didn't realize until I had created 2 blogs that it wasn't, that the sound recording wasn't going on anymore, so I need to create one more site. So what we can do is we can actually time this, how long it's taking, and at the moment I've got my video capture from Camtasia about 30 seconds, so let's just time this. And I'm not going to rush it, I just want to show you the power of using firepower. So what I need to do is I come in here and I click on create sites, and I want to hover over create site, sorry, and I'll click on create new. Okay, right, now I've got some information that I need to put in here, and that comes from my reseller account, which if I can find it over here. Okay, so I've got it in a notepad, so what I'm going to do here is copy that and put it over here. Now what you have to be careful of here is got FTP host, so we keep the FTP dot and we don't use the www, we just put in the actual domain without www and without HTTP. Right, now username I've got here, and what you can notice here, something to be careful of, you can see I've got a little space in here between where the bar is right now. Let's take that back, because sometimes that will, some softwares will count that, and that can leave you in a bit of confusion, wondering why your password isn't working. It's because you have the extra space there sometimes. Okay, so we can put that in, and we want to basically create our SQL database automatically and select a hosting company over here. But I skipped over a bit here. The blog access URL I have to use without the prefix www, so I just add in what I had up here, but this time with the HTTP and without the FTP. So what I do now is I click next, and I'm going to pause the recording while this is happening. It usually takes about 30 seconds. Okay, yeah, that took about 30-40 seconds, something like that. So what I want to do now is to fill in the details, and this is pardon me, this is the title and taglines and things like that. So we want to do this quite nicely so that we don't have, sorry, so that we have our titles and stuff in there. I should really think about what I'm saying sometimes, because sometimes when you're getting into these little tasks you can lose your train of thought. Right, so UK, no win no fee solicitors UK, that's the title of the site. That's what I've got in the exact match domain, and basically I couldn't get no win no fee solicitors, so what I did is I took I added UK to the end. And what I do there when I'm doing that is I'm trying to keep as high a keyword density to my exact match if I can when it's not available. Now I could have taken hyphens and stuff, that would have been 4 characters and it looks quite ugly, but just by adding UK in here it makes it a little bit better, and it keeps the keyword density quite strong as well. So the blog's tagline, I'm going to keep that keyword in there, but we'll put something like great resources for, oops, let's just take it from here, UK solicitors, and I'll put online in here. Now I really want to use this for an AdSense site. If you look at Google AdWords keywords tool, things like no win, no fee solicitors and personal injury, the actual cost per click is quite high, sometimes over $100 per click. Anything between $400 and $100 is not a surprise. Blogs keywords, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take all of that and then I'm going to break it down a little bit. So I'll put that as the first one, and then I'll take that part off, and then I'll take that off, and I'll put personal injury lawyers and personal injury solicitors. In the UK we use the word solicitors a lot. In America you probably want to use things like attorney. Right, now for our description, what we're looking for here really is to be able to get people to click through. So we want to tell people what it is. It's resources for the best UK no-win no-fee solicitors online. Actually, let's put this. It always happens in a video, doesn't it? Right. So what I've got here is great resources for the best UK no-win no-fee solicitors online. Need advice on accident claims? Check out our short videos and FAQs. We've got to remember that we're kind of limited in the characters that we can use there. Now some people will tell you it's 160 characters and some people will tell you it's 140 that shows up when it shows in the Google search. I'm not sure which one is right. I keep it about 160. And then we just need to put the administrator email, and then I can put in a password and create any kind of password I want now. Now automatic social bookmarking, yes, we want that, and we have to choose here like a profile, which really means a category. So I will put that under health, and over here I can select a theme. Now if I click over here, it gives me a whole list of themes. You can see down here there's 42 pages of themes, but he's categorized them as well, so you can get review themes and you can get pet themes and fashion themes and electronics and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Also you can get Adsense themes as well, so let's take a look at some Adsense themes. Now I'd recommend this flexibility theme. It's really good theme and it's free, okay? You can get that anywhere, not just in Firepower, but I use my own theme, which is the CTR theme, and I'm going to select that and make that one the theme that I'm going to use. Now if you're using one of those other themes, you can click here and you can choose what Adsense settings. I would recommend you put left align, and I would recommend that you take the 336 by 280 large rectangle and make sure your publisher code is okay. If you have an Adsense channel, you can put it there. If not, don't worry too much, but it's basically helpful for tracking and stuff like that. Right, now I can click complete, and that will go and create my site, and I'm going to pause it again just for a second. Right, so my site has now been created and it's time to take a look at it, but I can tell you right now that I'll click on the WP admin first. I need to activate the theme, okay? I will still keep the timer on, but I still need to activate the theme because I'm using a premium theme. I want to remember that. I'm going to change the password after the video. Right, so we're in the dashboard right now, and I need to come down here to CTR theme. Now let me just show you CTR theme briefly as well. Let me just pause this while I do the activation actually. Right, so I've activated my theme, and now I come into the general site options. Now some of the options in here are in the theme itself, and in the theme settings are very similar to what I've already done in Firepower, so I don't need to do some of them twice. But what I do want to do is choose what they call CTR sub themes. Now I kind of like these ones with the two images, so I'm going to choose I think I'm going to choose this one for a change. I've done these two quite often right now, and we can keep coming down, and I can put in a header if I want, but I don't want to. I'm going to keep it just the way it is with the title and the tagline, and I could have chosen a site header image, which I could have done at Fiverr.com for $5. but for this site I don't really need it. When you would use that, I would suggest that if you're going to do some kind of lead generation, you want to put a call to action like call this number now, or if you're doing offline marketing or something like that, offline local business marketing, then you can do that. So I'm going to choose a file here, which I've probably got a bunch of them anyway, and let me just do 326, see what comes up. It's the easiest way for me to find the images because I don't remember which folder I've got them on this computer. I'm using a different computer today. Yeah. So I've got one here, and I'll just make sure I can find the folder. So I can take this one, and take that one as well. Now what I want to do is make sure that I haven't got the same. Yeah, one is claim and one is claim. I just want to make sure I didn't take the same one. So I've got both, but what I want to do in here in the alt text, I want to put keyword in there. So I'm going to keep to the keyword that is a file name. Ideally your keyword will be according to your site, but just for the sake of doing this quickly, I'm going to do this, and this one I'm going to do with the plural. So that should all be done now, and let me just check. Yeah, this image, push down image link URL, that would be perhaps if you've got a link that you want to link to, like an affiliate link or a ClickBank product or something like that. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Right, show comments. No, I don't want comments on this site. Actually, let's take comments on this site. Show tags, yeah. Tagline instead of link unit, no, we don't want that. And override default color, no, we don't want to do that. If you wanted to do that, it's you get a whole bunch of things here that you can start choosing, but I don't want to do that, and it just disappears. And the Google Analytics code I can put in there, but I'm going to use a plugin for that differently. And disable the CTR footer link, I don't want that there. So I can save the changes. Right, now what I need to do ideally is to go into, when I go into these AdSense options here, I need to put in code for all of these advert sizes. So I need to go and create them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video right now because it does take me a couple of minutes to do that, and I have got videos showing you how to do that. I've got tons of videos on KISS.IM that show that kind of stuff, so if that's something that you feel you're missing out on there, then just have a look around KISS.IM for anything to do with AdSense. There's videos in there showing how to do that. Alright, so I'm going to pause the video while I get that done. Actually, I decided just to record this part again instead of people having to go and search. Now what I've got here is I'm in the My Ads section of Google AdSense. So what I want to do is create a new ad, and the first one is a leaderboard. So what I want to do is let me just go over to, that's what the site looked like before we started. It was just an index of, because I had the cPanel installed but not the WordPress. So basically I want to just take this part of my URL right now. So I'm going to type in leaderboard, and you can see I've chosen ad size. Now we can choose text and image ads or rich media ads. I would keep it basically text and image. I find that works best for me. Depends on the site sometimes, and sometimes you do need to play around with it. Now what I want to do now is to copy this here, and we want to take off that / at the end as well. So I'll copy this here, and I'm going to create a custom channel, which I'm just going to put in, save. So all I've done is I've kept my domain name so I know which domain it is, and you'll see why in a minute, and I've stuck in the name of the ad size, so it's a leaderboard. Okay, and now we've done that, I'll keep to the default here instead of the custom settings. Sorry, let's go back to the ad style. I'm going to click save and get code. That's a Google default. and now that pops up. I can just right click on that and copy, and then I can come back over to the site over here, and I'm looking for leaderboard, which is a 728 by 90, and just put that in there. You can see 728 and 90, so that's the leaderboard. So then we can go and get the next advert, and we create a new ad unit. Let me just paste in here. Oops. Let's go here. No win, no face listers UK. I've got so many of these sites I forget sometimes. Right, just to make this easy, I'm going to put that in the text file, which was kind of already there anyway, but anyway, here we go. Right, next one we want to choose is the large rectangle, 336 by 280. So I'll call this one large rectangle. Copy. Choose Google default. No, I need to do the custom. Save it, just helps me with tracking later. So now I've got that, I can choose the custom one, the default, then get the code, copy, close that, go back over here, we're looking for the 336 by 280. So I also need to get the 160 by 600, and you can see why I'm doing that here, because you can see underneath, if I just sort this out by last edited, then I've got my channel name, no win, no face listers, leaderboard, no win, no face listers, etc. So I know which one it is, I can find the ID and everything else there. So we're going to get another one, and this one will be 160 by 600, so that one's called Skyscraper. No win, no fee. Solicitors UK. Copy all that, and we'll go here. Okay, so we created the channel. You can see the channel being created over here. Make sure it's default. Get code, right click, copy, close, back to Firepower, and we can put that in there. Now there's one more that I need to get, which is called the add link unit, which I will take from here, 728 by 15. So I'll come back, come down, 728 by 15, create the channel, save, make sure it's on default, get the code, right click, copy, back to Firepower, get that in there. So we've got all the codes now. Now let me just cover another couple of things here. I can take off the ads altogether, and that might be a good idea for some people if you're worried about not getting ranked quickly because of having too many ads on the site. And it does make sense, that kind of strategy, just to leave the site without adverts for a couple of weeks. But I want to show you what the site looks like using the CTR theme, so I'm going to keep that on for now, and I might come in and disable that later. And you can hide ads from specific referrers like Google and Yahoo. So if you type in things like yahoo.com, for example, anybody coming from Yahoo will not see your adverts. Easier just to turn them off for a week or two or something like that. Now we can choose the ad layouts as well, and the ad layouts here are quite good. I mean, they've optimized them, so I'm going to keep them all as they are right now. Normally I try to just cut down to one or two, and actually for the sake of doing this video and just getting something that looks decent, because sometimes it can look a little bit odd, I'll keep these three. Right, and we can use ad channels to track the performance via AdSense. Now, I don't know how we can track these because I haven't read the full PDF on the settings for this. So what I do for now is I'll just give them a number, and for some kind of tracking that I can look at later, then I will. I only started using this theme a couple of weeks ago, and I still haven't got had time to go in and check the proper PDF. I just set it up as I need it and move on. Right, so the AdSense options are done, and the homepage options, we've already done that in Firepower, so we don't need to do that again, okay? And now that's done, we can have a look at the site. So let me just go back to, yeah, I'll right click on that, and you can see what the site is looking at. Now it's got no content whatsoever, okay? And how long has that taken us so far? We've installed the theme, it's taken 20 minutes, but I've been talking and I've had to do all those AdSense things as well. So those are things that need to be done anyway, but at 20 minutes we're looking good, okay? The site looks alright. I do need to change this here, so I'll do that just quickly because I forgot about that. General site options. Yeah, here you can see where it's got your example. You can see up here your example niche site. So what we will do, no win, no fee, and we can put in here where it says niche site. So visitors UK. Okay, so we can just update that. Save the changes. Right, if we come back to the site, that should be showing. There we go. No win, no fee, solicitors UK. I need a little space in there, but it's not something that's going to hold us back too much. Right, now the next thing I want to do is to get content on the site, and watch this. This is the real beauty of Firepower. And when we go in there, actually before we look there, we can look in the plugins here, and we can see what plugins that Firepower has installed. And it's got all-in-one SEO pack, it's XML sitemaps and things like that. Now these are fully configured. All that done within just a few minutes, fully configured. But wait to see the real beauty. So we'll go back to manage sites, and we can find our site here. Now if I come along here and I go into this little black box here called Content Blitz, let's just do that. Right, what I want to do first is create a new category, and I'll call it accident claims, a related keyword. And I'll put in a keyword here. Now you can put in a list of keywords and just, you know, no win, no fee, accident claims, workplace compensation claims, road traffic accident claims, personal injury. Oh yeah, actually let's change that to solicitor so we can get more relevant to UK. And I can do it like that, and I can select these here. Now what I found when using Firepower is if I could select all three article directories here to go and get content, not to go and find content from, it gives me repeat content, which I don't want. We don't want duplicate content. So what I do is I select all initially, and then I come in and I get rid of these two here. I will keep the Google blog search, so I've got eSign articles and this Google blog search. I've got videos there, and again with the news, I don't need Yahoo and I don't and Google at the same time. You can get duplicate information again. So we'll keep Google News and we will keep Yahoo Answers. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to search for information here. Let me just cut that off for a second. Let's just refresh this page. Okay, before I go in and add the keywords, what I needed to do was come down here and do the 30. And the reason for that is because I don't know how to close this thing here once it's been done. So again, select all, get rid of these two, and get rid of Yahoo News. So it's going to find 30 pieces of content, up to 30 pieces of content in each of these places, and let's see what happens here. Right, now it hasn't found from everybody. YouTube unfortunately has found none there at all, which I find quite disappointing. I'm going to try it again with YouTube, but what I will do this time is I will try and switch to basic. Let's do accident claims to fit the keyword, and we'll try it one more time. That's a bit better. So we've got e-zine articles, we've got 40 of them, 39 blog search, we've got 30 YouTube videos, etc. And we can go and have a look. So if we click on here, for example, this little green pencil, you can see the names of the articles, like no win, no fee, negligence claims, no win, no fee solicitors, when should you use them, etc. This is good quality articles, and we can check as well, you know, if we want to do this properly, we would spend a minute or two and check that we have got some good information there and nothing that's duplicate. Okay, so I'm going to click finish. Now what we can do as well is we can click there on this side and it will appear here so we can see what it looks like, and you can see it's got links and things, and we can't do anything about those links right now, but we'll do this just quickly to get some content on the site, and I'll tell you what options we got after that. So we can choose the posting type to be random or sequence. I'd rather do random, okay, and posting time difference, we can post every day or we can post random, so I'll stick to random here. We can put an anchor text. Now if you've got a CPA offer or something, that would be a great place to put that. You can just put in the HTML for a banner if you've got a banner that's around about size of a post that you can fit into a post, but for now I don't have one. I'm just going to close that. Items per post, I'm going to choose 3, and what that means is I can choose to have a post that will be a combination of these. So it might be an e-zine, it might be a video from YouTube, it might be a Yahoo Answers, all combined, and it gives it a little bit more uniqueness. And we can choose to post 5 immediately and click on complete, and this will go off and create content for the site, and then we will take a look at the site. Now how long have we been so far? 27 minutes, and I've been talking. I can do this in about 10-15 minutes, no problem, without any distractions. So you can see Content Blitz was updated successfully. So now if I come to the site, press Control and F5, Control clears the cache, and there we go. Now the only thing I've got wrong here is that, oh no I don't, I thought I had the page settings for a page when I'm getting all posts. Now you can see that I've got my adverts showing up here. These are Google AdSense adverts as well. Down here you can see the posts that we got, and you can see how fast that was to create good content. Now that's not the way I would leave it. I would actually go in there and I would go and put some curation in there, give some sort of commentary on the content that we've already got, and that will keep adding one post randomly as well, every 1 or 2 days as well, which is kind of good. And if we just go in and look at one of the posts, you will see that we've got multiple content in there. You can see that is really highly optimized for AdSense. It's a bit aggressive, I know. So we got an article, we got some kind of, it probably looks like something from Yahoo Answers as well. You can see the question there. Let's try another one. Now it does say things like Wisconsin, and if you were doing this properly you would do this without having American things in there. This one has only got one piece of content, but it's a video, and we can do the same here and come down, and you can see how we've just added a lot of content. Now that probably would have taken about 15 minutes if I wasn't talking. So I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.